Islanders Guide. This is my guide to the video game Islanders. This is a fun game. I really like playing it. It's a logic puzzle game, which means you place each piece onto the map and you score points based on how you place it. The points are earned based on the proximity your building is to other buildings and how far away you are from similar buildings. There are some points that add to your score and some points that deduct from your score. In general, houses are built near houses, farmland is built near farmland, etc. Usually, you'll be given a choice as to which type of building you will place on your island. For example, you've got farming and you've got the lumberjack. Some of the structures may be mixed with other structures that are unrelated. For example, you may have houses that are included with your farmland. If you do not choose a pack, I believe it gets offered to you later. So if you choose farming, you might get lumberjack on your next turn or something like that. Usually you want the primary building in the center. For example, you've got this tall pyramid structure and you got the windmill. You probably want them in the center of their related buildings because the auxiliary buildings have to be next to or adjacent to the primary building. Some structures can be placed anywhere on the map, and some structures have limited places where they can be placed. For example, the shaman is supposed to be placed near the flowers, and the farm might not be able to be placed unless it's on like a grassland or something like that. Cities should be placed in wide open space because there are many islands, so cities take up a lot of space. You might have a second city. If you look north of this farm, there's a second city that's off screen. The proximity is based on the radius. So if it goes up the cliff and you put a house at the top of the cliff, as long as it's within the radius, not three-dimensional radius, but a two-dimensional radius, as if it were a 2D terrain, then it would count. Flowers score points with the shaman. This is a plateau. We got two plateaus. They extend your city, for example, onto the water. So you don't want to just place it anywhere. You want to place it near where you're going to place your city, your buildings, and they're usually for houses or for special buildings like the circus. So you're probably going to want to build it near your city. This is a structure that I put out on the island. It got 0 points. And I had to put it here because I couldn't put it anywhere else on the map. This is a score. If you get to the next score, the target score, you advance, you get more pieces. If you don't, you can either redo it or you can move on to another map. This is how you move on to another map. Build huts, monuments, and parks in small spaces. A hut only takes up a little tiny square. So build them where the larger buildings don't fit, such as on the mountain ridges. Cities need a lot of space. Build them in the middle of a large space. Farms use less space than a city, so they should be built on smaller parts of the island. Plateaus extend your island over water. Build them near your cities because you'll probably get city buildings to put onto them. You can take your time, you can redo your last move, and I've got some reviews over here. See what's on the next page. Then we got some sample gameplay. The gameplay, like one session might be 45 minutes long. That was typical. Also, everybody gets the same high score. It's like 4,500 or something. I got the same high score as tons of people. Okay, so that is my Islanders guide, and I'll probably put some Islanders tips and some more information. It's on my video games PC forum on cheapbooks.cc. You can also find it on cheapbooks.com.